Hello, hello. It's your boy Ola with Ola TV. Thank you so much for joining us on this new episode. And of course, we had to go back to the good stuff, the crypto, the Shiba Inu, the Fear and Greed Index. How is everything looking? Is Shiba Inu about to hit a penny? We will see. I have great faith that Shiba Inu, amongst many of the other cryptos, is going to be doing phenomenal things. It's already skyrocketing, it's already starting to show very good effects that we are into the bullish market. So let's go ahead and get started. But before we do, here we go with our usual intro. All right, guys, welcome back. Thank you so much for staying tuned after the intro. And today's topic, you already know, one of my personal favorites, Shiba Inu. Yes, it is making big time moves again, and it has not disappointed, and neither have the other cryptos. Let's go ahead and get started. And let's start off with, what's my favorite, starting off with Sheep burn. Because the more we burn, the more we earn. That's right. Say it again. The more we burn, the more we earn. Now, guys, take a look at this one. If you're looking at this is huge. There was a moment, I think it was 24 hours ago, where I thought for a short moment that there was a possibility that people were going to start moving their money out of Sheeb, because I'll tell you why. So Sheeb, about 2 or 3 days ago, people have been throwing their money in, and Sheep's volume for 24 hours had been a total of, I think it was like 2.2 or $2.3 billion invested into Sheep as far as the trading volume. Then she I think it was about 24 hours ago or so, it had shown that there was not as much trading volume within that 24-hour period. It went from, I think it was like 2.2 billion down to, I think it was like 450 million, which respectively that's still a lot, but that was not what I was expecting to see, to go from 2.2 billion down to 400 million. But it has now shown more life. It has shown again that Sheep is making a huge impact, and the numbers are still going up, up, and up. So it did have a some of the money was taken out from Sheeb temporarily. Like it went from $2.2 billion of trading volume to 400 million, which is a huge difference. So I was thinking, oh, here we go. Sheeb's gonna tank because it literally lost like 80% of its trading volume. Not that it lost its value, because the irony of the situation is that Sheeb, even though it had dropped in trading volume within the last 24 hours, it still continued to go up as far as the price value for the coin. So that was ironic. And I think I know why. And then once that happened and people started seeing that the value was still going up, I guess they started throwing their money back in. Because check this out. We went from a $2.2 billion drop down to 400 million, but now look at it. It recovered. The last 24 hours, look at this. It went from 400 million. Look at the number now. It is 3,362,000,000. So it went from 2.2 billion down to 400 million, back up to 3.36 billion. So now not only did it recover, but it super exceeded what it did about 48 to 36 hours. So there is a lot of volume trading right now in Shiba Inu, a whole lot of volume. And then here on the market cap, this number, it was holding strong around the 12 million mark. Then it went to 13 million. Then it went to 14. And now look at it. The market cap is at 15 billion 146 million. That is insane. So the market cap within the last 2 or 3 days has already increased in a total of about 3 to 3.5 billion in market cap, and then the trading volume has gone back up from 400 million to 3.36 billion. So it went back from the millions to the billions. And look at the sheet price. It's 0.0000276. If you guys remember from the previous videos, it was the four zeros and it was like 2445. Then it went back down a little bit to like 2399. Then it went up to like 2502. And then it went back to like 2452. So it kept bouncing around between that 23, 24, 25 marker. And then boom, it started just going up all day within yesterday into today, and it reached as high as 0.00003. I even had it on myself when I screenshot it. I was like, "Holy crap! It's back in the threes." It hasn't been in the threes since like 3 or 4 months ago, where it had like the number three after the four zeros. So it is back up and running. It is looking like it is bullish, and we're gonna go ahead and show you maybe why it is that it's people are jumping back in and reinvesting, because it's a couple things. I think it's one, we're in a bullish market. Two, the sheep price continued to go up even though like 80% of the volume people had like basically dumped. It still didn't dump the price of the coin. So I think the fact that it didn't dump, people reinvested and then also threw even more than what they were doing before, because as I said, its volume now is 3.36 billion, and it had dropped 24 hours ago from 2.2 billion to 400 million. So that's a huge drop off. But now we've got an astronomical increase in the skyrocketing. Look at this. This may be one of the indicators why people jump back in, within the past one day. Burn rate 4,090.75%. That is huge. How many coins or stocks that goes up 4,000%, almost 4,100% in 24 hours? And look at the trading. 300 look at the burns, excuse me. 305,597,550. So over 305 million coins have recently been burned in the last 24 hours. And how many coins, how many cryptos that you will see a burn rate of almost 4,100%? That's insane. Look at the chart. It goes straight up. Now let me show you the most recent 24 to 48 hour burns, because I did notice there was a relatively large burn again, along with a lot of really good medium sized burns as well. So check this out. Start off slow. 13 hours ago was 200K. 18 hours ago was 10 million. So that's a pretty decent size right there. Anything above 1 million, it's juicy. So it's you're heading in the right direction. So of course we've had bigger amounts in other videos that I've shared, but that's good that we're still doing increments of 6 figures, 7 figures, and even 8 figures at 10 mil. The next one right below that, 18 hours ago, 1 million. So within those 2 or 3 transactions, you already have 11 million plus in coins that have been burned. Now look at the big burn right here yesterday, which means it was burnt about 24 hours ago. Look at that figure. How many commas do you see on the one highlighted on the bottom right corner of your screen? Look at that figure. Holy moly. Another 8 figure burn. Sheesh. Or should I say sheep? Holy moly. Look at that. 290 million 590,004 coins burnt yesterday. Usually, when it says yesterday, it means like somewhere within like 24 hours or more. So, within 24 hours, 290 million plus coins, okay, burnt in one transaction. One transaction. Okay, if you round that up, that's close to 300 million coins. That is 30% of a trillion. Okay, that is 30. Let me say that again. That is 30. I mean, excuse me. 30% of a billion. My apologies. Got the numbers wrong. Got too excited. But yeah, that is 30% of 1 billion. And as you guys have seen before in previous videos, I showed you we had coins where they burned a billion, 595, 400, 300, and 386 million. There's another huge burn again 24 hours ago. 290 million coins in one transaction burned. Unbelievable. Again, another unprecedented amount of burns. And that's the reason why she has burned 4,100% since then. And look at this. Below that, 1.8 mil, 194K, 1.7 mil, 1.5 mil. Look at this. 461K, 750K, another 3 million burn, another 1.5 million burn. Like, seriously, it's getting crazy the way that the coins are being burnt, like relentlessly right now. Like, just ridiculously. These are the ones I just showed you. So I clicked view more. So it opened the page to show more. So we stopped right here at 1.5. Now, after 1.5, look at this. 1.7, okay? 5.4. 2.2, 4 mil, 1.8 mil, 1.8 mil, 300K, and another 1 mil. If you add up just this page alone, just this page, you're talking about well over 310 to 320 billion new coins that have been burnt. 310, I think it was 305 actually that it showed on the main screen. But yeah, about 305 to 310 million new coins. That's 30% of a billion. Look at this company right here, the Shiboshis. That's one company that I continue to see consistently burning coins. Like they're always burning 1.8, 2 million, etc. So they're always in the mix. But the story of the last 24 hours is the total of 305 million sheep coins burned in 24 hours, which is the inclusion of the 290 million coins that was burned in one transaction. If we continue to burn coins at this rate and they get larger and larger and larger, and if we can have another, set of transactions where, they burn 1 billion in one transaction, like I showed in a previous video, or 2 billion or 3 billion, I think it's going to get to a point where we're going to be able to burn you know, maybe 10 billion a day. Because so far the average has been about 2 to 2.2 billion per day. I think we can eventually reach, 3, 5, maybe even 10, maybe even 20 billion coins burned per day because there's so many people collectively coming together from the Sheep army, getting this all done. So this right here is huge. Now we have another 8-figure burn. Okay. Now, to go ahead and show you guys the markets, let's see how the markets are doing overall. So look at this. Last time we checked, it was at 1.9 trillion. Then it went to like 2.0, 2.1. Now look at it here. 2.24 trillion. So it's gone up another 1.5%. And trust me, 1.5% may not sound like a large percentage, but when you're talking about in the thousands, millions, and trillions, 1.5% is a huge increase. And in fact, it's 1.5% in the last 24 hours, but 24 hours before that, it was 1.7. And then 24 hours before that, I think it was 1.9. So within the last, 72 hours or so, the market, the total, and this is the total global crypto market cap has increased. Somewhere between 5 and 7% total. All right. And that's huge because you're talking about the entire global crypto, not just one specific crypto. And if we scroll down, look at this, guys, 47,533 on Bitcoin. Last time we did the video, I think we were at either 45 or 46. And for Ethereum, we were at, I think, 32 or 3,300. It went down a little bit, and look, it went right back up to 3,400. So Bitcoin and Ethereum, I don't think there's going to be showing any stops at the moment. I think Bitcoin's going to break back into 50K very soon, and I think Ethereum is eventually going to break into 3,800 or 4,000 again. And I think we're going to start getting closer and closer to seeing all-time highs like we've never ever seen it before. Guys, look at the volume on this. Look at the volume over here on the right side. In the last 24 hours, Bitcoin has had $28 billion of trading volume, and in the last 7 days, Bitcoin has increased 15.5%. And then look at their market cap, insane freaking market cap, $900 billion of market cap. That's almost $1 trillion of market cap. That is stupid crazy. Then look at Ethereum. Ethereum, even though it's worth less than Bitcoin, look at those values. They are not too far away. They're probably about 50% away from Bitcoin's 24-hour volume and market cap volume. Look at this. $17.7 billion, and then 407 billion on the market cap. Huge. For Ethereum being only at $3,400, that's a lot of money flowing into Ethereum. So yeah, the markets are very healthy. They're looking refreshed. Look at Cardano. This coin was like, I think 1.01, or it was like 99 cents or something like that, or under a dollar not too long ago. Look at this increase in the last 7 days, 32.2%. Look at this. Terra Luna and Solana still in top 8 and 9 respectively. Look at this. Solana $111, Terra Luna 103. If you guys remember, if I'm not mistaken, on my last video, Solana was in the 90s. And now look, it passed Terra Luna. Insane. Avalanche, I think, was less than this too. Crazy. Look at that. $93.60. And look at Solana up 25% in 7 days. Where are you gonna get increases like that? Nowhere else. The big story is Dogecoin still holding strong as it ever did. It is at almost 15 cents. As a matter of fact, I think Dogecoin did actually hit 15 cents recently. If I'm not mistaken, I think it hit 15, I want to say 15.5. It's back down to 14 cents, 14 and a half, 14.6. Let me double check and see if I can find the chart on this one, because I believe that Dogecoin did actually hit 15 cents or 15 and a half. So let's quickly check to see uh, that one here. Let me go to switching over, which is amazing that it's still holding at number 12, which it tells you it bumped up from number 13 a couple days ago, if you guys remember the video that I did. And if you see that it's still holding strong at 12, it's showing you that it's pretty reputable. So here it is. Dogecoin still holding strong. Says down 2.6%. So yeah, it had to be around 15. Let's see if the chart on the bottom. Give me one sec here. Let's see if the chart will load and see if it did hit 15. I think it did. Look right here. Boom. Look. Yesterday, 5:59 in the evening. No, 5:59 in the morning. Excuse me. 15 cents. Then it went down a little to 14.8, right? So it was flirting around and playing with 14.8, 14.9. Now look. Boom. See that? 15.2 cents. 15 pennies. So yeah, it broke into 15 cents and passed it. So I expect that if this momentum continues with the bullish markets, we may see Dogecoin hit 20 cents, maybe who knows by the weekend. It's continuing to follow the bullish market. So if the market continues like this into the weekend, we definitely may see Dogecoin at 20 cents. Now, let's get to the favorite of all favorites, my number one. You already know who it is. You know what time it is. Shiba Inu still holding strong at number 15. And look at the digits. And if you think, some people may think that the website that I show for Sheburn, maybe that may not be a real website, which it is, or they may think it's not legit. Well, let's switch really quick back to it. Look at the sheet price here. 40, 27.63. Now let's switch back to CoinGecko. Switch back to CoinGecko, and what does it show? Boom. And usually it's very rare that what it shows on like CoinGecko and CoinMarketCap and any of those other websites that you know watch along crypto, it's very rare that the number is exactly verbatim of the price value. So that should show you and prove to you that the website that I'm showing you of SheBurn is a legit website. I mean, I've proven it before, showing you the burns through the dead wallets and the transactions. But in case if that wasn't enough to prove it to you that SheBurn is here to stay and that the SheBurn website is a legitimate website showing real burns, showing real coins, showing in real time, not some screenshot shit. And as you can see, I scroll up and down so you can tell it's not screenshotted. But just in case if you think you're being finessed, here's the proof in the pudding right here. CoinGecko has the exact figure as the SheBurn website as far as the price value. And look at Shib right here, 4.5% increase in the last 24 hours and 20.3%, over 20% increase again. Shib going up in price, and the coins are going, as far as the supply and demand, the amount of supply is going down, 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 because the burns are going up, up, up. So all I can tell you is I'm in it for the long haul again. Like I said, my portfolio has been looking, so much better every single day, and I'm happy with the investments that I have. I have Sheep, I have Doge, I have a little bit of Ethereum, not too much BTC, and I have this one as well here, number 17, CRO, which is also now called Chronos. That's the crypto.com coin. And then besides Sheeb being one of my heavy favorites, this is a huge heavy favorite, guys. Again, all of this stuff is at your own risk. And let me go ahead and put the disclaimer, because I did forget to put the disclaimer, but I will give you the disclaimer here. Uh, Again, none of this is financial advice. You do have to do this at your own risk. This is just my personal opinion, and all the content that's being shared, not only today but in the past, is for educational purposes only. And I am not a financial advisor, so therefore, any of your investments that you make it is your sole responsibility, and past performances are not indicative of future results and/or outcomes. So make sure that you invest for what's feasible and optimal for your own portfolio, because again, I am not a financial advisor. So there you go. And getting back to the Shiba Inu. So look here again. If you thought before that, if you ever doubted that website to know if it's accurate or not, let's switch back to it. She burned, look at the trading volume. As I showed you before, 24 hours says 3.348 billion. And then if we switch back over here to the CoinGecko website, here's the proof again. Look, 3.361. So they're a little bit off slightly, but they're pretty much on target. It's only uh, about a $13 million difference, but it's showing you that CoinGecko is reporting it as a higher volume at the moment. So if I refresh this page, maybe let me see if the refreshing of the page will show it. So I refreshed the page and it didn't change. So CoinGecko is reporting it at a higher trading volume, which to me is okay, because whatever is trading at a higher volume, it's okay with me, because that means that more people are sneaking their way back in. But anyways, guys, back to what I was saying about Polygon Matic, number 18 here in the ranks. This one is a very good coin. That one, I read up on it back when it was when it was like 40 cents. And I think I initially invested at 40, maybe 45 cents, but I didn't put all my eggs in one basket just to make sure in case if it wasn't legit. However, once it went to like I think 120 or 110 or something like that, I started putting more in there. Then it went up to like 140, 160. Then it came down to 84 cents again. Then it went back up to like 180. Then it broke into like the $2 mark. Then it came back down again to like 140, 150. Then it went up all the way to as high as like 250, I think, or 225. And then it dropped down to like 1.72. So if you're able to get Polygon Matic, I would definitely say that it's a good choice. Now, I don't suggest it. I don't recommend it, because again, you have to decide, do your own due diligence and see if that project is suitable for your portfolio. But for my portfolio, and in my opinion, I can tell you, I've had a lot of success with Polygon Matic. I own a total of, I think it's like 468 coins of Polygon Matic. I wish I had actually invested more, because I wanted to get closer to like 1,000 or 1,200 coins, but 468 coins has been pretty solid for me because for the most part, I've been able to see my coins double and triple in profit, especially when it hit like the 225 or 250 ish mark, I believe. Man, that's beautiful to see. Your coins just go up 300%. To be able to 3x like that, phenomenal. So you're not going to get that in stocks. To be able to 3x, 2x, 5x, 10x, go up 200%, 300%, 1,000%, 4,000%, 10,000% with a stock. If you do, you'd have to probably wait 5, 10, 15 years, probably not even 5 years, more like 10, 15, 20 years. Crypto's doing this kind of stuff within, days, sometimes minutes, seconds, within weeks, within months, not within 5 to 10 years. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I love to do crypto. And that's why I say it's always something that you should look into. If you're not already in the game, you should definitely look into it because look at those percentages: 16.2% for Polygonmatic, 21.1% for CRO, and as I showed you earlier, Shiba Inu up 20%. So phenomenal gains, phenomenal numbers. And the bullish markets, I think, are in full effect. Now, a website that I haven't used on my videos in a long time, but I have used it in videos before, is this bad boy right here. You guys know it, the Fear and Greed Index. This one is the best, one of the best websites that I recommend to you guys. So the She Burns, that one's always a hot ticket. The Fear and Greed Index is one of my personal favorites. And then, of course, the other one that I showed you guys way back for the altcoins, to determine if it's altcoin season or not, that one's a phenomenal website as well. But this one, at the bare minimum, even if you don't check the altcoin seasons, you should at the bare minimum be checking this one, because even though this one doesn't specifically target telling you whether if it's more of a Bitcoin season or whether if it's more of an altcoin season, like the other website that I've shown you, which that other website specifically tells you if you should be investing more in altcoins or more in Bitcoins. But why am I bringing these two websites up? Because even though if you don't want to use the other one to determine if it's Bitcoin season or altcoin season, you should still, at the bare minimum, be using the Fear and Greed Index that you see on the screen. Because this particular website, as I've told you before, this is going to tell you if people are jumping in or jumping out. Now, the number doesn't ever tell you the whales, because the whales, they like to jump when it's red. They usually like to jump in when it's red. They don't usually jump in when it's green, because when they jump in the red, that's when the prices are low. That's when everything is on sale and on discount. And that's when usually you want to get in if you decide to invest in crypto at your own risk. But Fear and Greed Index has jumped significantly. If you guys remember, in the months of January and February, we kept staying between the red and the yellow. It would go sometimes like 40, like 48, then it would drop to 25, 22, 18, but most of the time it would stay in the red. It did hit neutral once or twice in the month of January and February, I believe, but it did not stay there. It was always in the red. Look at where we're at now. We are in the dark yellow leading into the green, which is a beautiful sight. And look at the comparison, the comparative differences. Look, it shows you all four categories. Last month, if you think I'm lying, look at the bottom. It says last month the fear was 26. The highest you can be on this chart is 100. 100 means you're all the way green. It means everyone's being greedy. And when everyone's being greedy, that means they're throwing their money into crypto. And when everyone's throwing their money into crypto, that means if you've already invested when it was red, now that it's going green, you are going to profit very heavily from all the greed that is starting to jump back into crypto. So, this is another indicator to let you know it is no time to cash out. It is no time to leave. This is the time for you to either take some of your profits or keep it in there longer and profit even more as time progresses, because we are officially in the bullish market. We are not neutral. We are past the neutral mark, which is the 50 point mark. We are slightly above neutral. Look at these numbers. Last month was 26, right? But look at last week. 1 week ago was 26. So people were still in fear. But you know who was not in fear? The smart investors. You know who was not in fear? The whales. You know who was not in fear? In fear? The big corporations and the big entities. Why? Because they knew all the little people and all the average Joes and all the people that are scared we're gonna miss the boat. Some people probably got in, but probably got in at a higher price rather than getting at the discounted price, like I always recommend. Even though it's not financial advice, but that's would be my best, most optimal time frame to jump into the market. I've never left the markets. I've stayed in. All I've done was just reinvest into certain coins that I felt were gonna, populate more. By the way, Doji Mars, one that I rarely speak about, that is another good one to maybe look into because that one has been skyrocketing as well. But look at the fear. The month of February, it says last month, fear was 26. Last week, the fear was still 26. Even when all these whales were jumping in, people still were kind of nervous and still had a fear. But look at yesterday, 60. The highest that we have been in 2022 was yesterday. It doesn't say it there, but if you guys have been watching the markets, you guys know we never hit 60 in January. The highest we got to was about like 48. And in February, it was about the same 48, 49, I believe was the highest. So we are officially in the bullish market because we are well over the neutral zone. We are starting to get closer and closer to that green zone. Yesterday was 60. Today is a 56. So you know what that means? The markets are going to continue to go up and go up and go up today. So we may potentially see, these coins starting to get closer and closer this week, especially today. We may start to see them revving up again. And who knows, by the end of the week, we might see them maybe either get close to an all time high, maybe, touch the all time high, or who knows, maybe exceed the all time high. So, what is causing all of this? It's people getting greedy now because they see that all the whales jumped in and all the news of the whales is starting to spread like wildfire. So, people are starting to jump in. They're like, oh, well, if the whales are jumping in, I might as well jump in too. So, that's one reason. Another reason is a lot of people are getting their tax money back because if you remember, tax season is still in effect. Tax season is from, you know, January 1st up into the middle of April. We're not even in April yet, so we're getting there. But remember, and also the date of tax season has yet again been moved forward. It used to be consistent on April 15, and ever since like the pandemic and stuff, it's been pushed to like April 17 and April 18. So those are the new deadlines for taxes. But anyways, this isn't about taxes, but I bring it up because people are more than likely receiving their checks in the mail, more than likely getting their direct deposits. Because if you're like me, I tend to do my taxes more at the end. The reason why I do that is because I want to make sure that I can get my money quickly. If you do it in February, sometimes there's so many delays, it ends up falling into March anyway. So I usually tend to do it like middle to end of March, or sometimes the beginning or middle or towards the end in the month of April when it's almost the deadline. That's how I like to do it. So once I know I've submitted it, I know I get it in just a few days versus waiting like 3, 4, or 5 weeks because it's super annoying doing it like that. Um, and also, I like to do my taxes in March or early April because a lot of the forms have been released already. The softwares have all been updated to meet, the state and federal guidelines and conditions and terms and stuff like that. Usually, if you try to file your taxes in January or February, it's always chaos. All the forms are not available, or there's delays, etc. So I don't like to deal with it then. So that's what I'm telling you now. A lot of people didn't make moves in January and February. So that means a lot of people are getting their tax money now in the months of March and April. And that's why you also see it going up. So you've got tax money flowing in. You've got the fact that the news about all these whales buying trillions and trillions of Shiba Inu, that is spreading like wildfire. So you got whale news, taxes. You've got the fear and greed index for those who are smart enough to use it. You got people paying attention to that. You also have people paying attention to Shiba Inu burns, how the burns are just going skyrocketing, and then the spreading of that news of the coins burning, so much in such high quantities per transaction. People are starting to be more well aware that Shiba Inu is a great investment for them, and long term, potentially you may end up with 6 or 7 figures if you decide to stay for the long term. If you stay for just short term, you may or may not hit 6 or 7 figures. But of course, everybody's portfolio size is different, so who knows? You might be able to hit it in a shorter period of time compared to myself or others. But I'm in it for the long haul. I'm going to continue reinvesting more so that one day I can hit 6 or 7 figures, fire my boss, and be able to live my life the way I want to live it peacefully and not having to worry about a standard 9 to 5er. So that's my one of my big goals, and that's why crypto is something that I look into very heavily. And that's why maybe if you're not in the game yet, you should look into getting in it. If you were in the game, you might want to think about getting back in the game. And if you are in the game and thinking about leaving, you probably should reconsider. But again, no financial advice here. You make the decisions as you want to do in crypto and in your portfolios and in your finances in general. But I'm just saying, if you're thinking about retiring early, if you want to retire maybe, by the age of 40, 45, 50, instead of waiting all the way to 62 or 65 and a half, the age of, who knows if you even survive that long because these days, the average age is different. But who wants to retire at 65? Who wants to work all the way to the age of 65? That's crazy. It's bananas. I don't want to do that. I encourage you not to want to be one of those people. Do you still want to be working, you know, one of these jobs with inflation and just be suffering all the time? I was actually thinking about it earlier today, and I'm like, man, I really need crypto to like start 10xing, 100xing again because you know I literally just want to be able to just do videos all day, encourage people all day, inspire them all day, and just be an asset and an inspiration and a helper to the people that watch my videos. You know, and I want to be able to do this full time. I want to be able to generate income from this full time, which is why I encourage you guys to share these videos and like these videos and follow me. If you're not already on Twitch, follow me on Twitch. If you're not already on Twitter, follow me on Twitter. If you're not already on Facebook, send me a friend request. Add me on Facebook. If you don't already have me on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe to me on YouTube. Make sure you're on as many platforms as you can because, again, I'm trying to do what I can to continue growing on my platforms so that I can start burning Shiba Inu coins as well. Because I want to start having revenue created from YouTube, created from Twitch, created from, these platforms that allow you to become an affiliate or a partner. Because, like I said, I'm already a new partner of YouTube. So, as these videos begin to create revenue, hopefully with time, I can be able to create revenue to be able to buy Shiba Inu and be able to do the burns as well. So I can attribute to the success and growth of Shiba Inu. And then also for Twitch, my plan is to become an affiliate of Twitch. So Twitch has 4 requirements. And so far, I've met 2 of the 4 requirements. Um, one of the requirements is you have to do at least 8 hours or more of, just total streaming. As you guys know, most of my videos range between 30 minutes to an hour and 30 minutes, sometimes 2 hours. So I've already, on Twitch, I've already done, I think, a total of like 20 something hours. So that category is complete. The next one, you have to do stream at least on 7 different days. So meaning like it doesn't have to be consecutive days, but 7 different days. I've already completed that task. The next task is to reach 50 followers. That's the next step, the next goal. So far on Twitch, I think I only have a few followers right now because again, both platforms are still relatively new. I haven't been doing Twitch as long as YouTube. YouTube, I've been doing it for I've done it for a total of 2 years, but it hasn't been consistent within that 2 years. But if we're counting just a consistent time frame, I've been doing it consistently for the past 5 to 6 months. But total has been 2 years. So the platform has been out much longer than Twitch. Twitch, I've only been doing for I think it's like 30 days, maybe less, maybe 3 weeks. So as I grow that platform, hopefully I'll hit those targets. The reason why I bring that up is because as I, start to generate revenue from Twitch, if I'm generating revenue from Twitch and I'm also generating revenue from YouTube, combined total, one, hopefully one day I can reach a point where it'll help me to, that'll also be an asset for me to quit my day job. So if I'm making enough money through cryptos and I'm making enough money through YouTube and through Twitch, I don't need a normal day job anymore. I can do this 24/7 and and this will be my new lifestyle, and that's what I want to do because I find this fun to speak to you guys and just give you information or give you comedy or give you updates or give you ideas, inspiration, etc. This is what I love to do. So that's one reason. I love to do this, so I want to make this full time. I love to be a broadcaster. Second reason I want to do is because I want to be financially free. I don't want to depend on a corporate company anymore or a boss or someone telling me what to do, when to do, how to do, when to vacation, etc. So that's another reason why I'm doing YouTube, Twitch, and crypto very vigorously. And then, just the opportunity to be able to collaborate with others is another great thing, and also to be able to, have more time for vacations and stuff like that, or meet some of my followers and fans, etc. So and collaborators. So Twitch. The reason why I brought that up, even though this is completely separate from the topic of fear and greed index, and it's not necessarily about Shiba Inu, etc., or even crypto. But the reason why I bring it up is because I have two out of the four necessary steps completed to become an affiliate of Twitch. And once I get the other two steps completed, then I will be able to, uh, you know, see if I can partner up with Twitch and potentially monetize Twitch. And then what I want to do with Twitch is start doing more video games because Twitch originally was a platform made for video games. Now, of course, everyone has um, their own niche in Twitch. There you go. You got a nice little rhyme there. Niche in Twitch. So everyone has their own niche in Twitch. So Twitch is not just for video games anymore. People are doing all kinds of things like playing live poker, playing live blackjack, which a lot of guys make so much money from viewers from that. People are doing sports talk on there, like I do. People are doing things of like drama with things like of like things like what happened recently, for example, with the Oscars and the Academy Awards with Will Smith and Chris Rock, which we already covered two videos on that, and I'm moving on from that, so I'm not doing any more videos on that more than likely. But yeah, the platform for Twitch now is completely different. Just like YouTube. YouTube used to be just a platform for like music videos and stuff, and now it's a platform for everything. You've got news, you've got drama, you've got movies on there, TV shows, you've got podcasters, broadcasters, etc. So but with Twitch, I already do crypto and sports talk on there. So my next goal is to do video games so that you guys can watch me and enjoy the fun and be able to see, me play different video games. So one of the games that I did order for my PC, hopefully it's compatible with the laptop that I have. I just got it. I think it was a couple of days ago. It's called Overwatch, and Overwatch. Let me actually pull up an image in case that you may or may not be familiar with this particular game. I think I ordered the first one, if I'm not mistaken. I think it's part one because I think there's a part two, if I'm not mistaken. But let me pull it up so I can share this with you. So here it is. This is the one that I recently got. I think it's this one because it should be part one. So this is the 2016 release game. I've never played this game before, but I recently was seeing that people were still playing this game on Twitch. And one of the guys that I found on Twitch randomly, I don't know how I found this page, but I guess he was live streaming, and he was live streaming for almost like 6 or 7 or 8 hours in a row. So I guess this must be his job, like this must be his main revenue because he had thousands, if not tens of thousands. I think he had 55,000 followers. So, that's a goal for me. I would love to hit, you know, I mean, not even 55,000 followers, excuse me. He had 55,000 people watching that live stream while it was on. 55,000 people tuning in. And most of them stayed for the full 4, 5, 6 hours because I actually was watching it too because I was watching it and I was just like, learning and taking notes and seeing what he's doing. And he started off first with like a Kirby game, then he switched over to Overwatch. And when he switched over to Overwatch, people stayed on, so he just kept doing that. So yeah, he's that's a lot. Think about that. 55,000 people watching you right there while you're live streaming, and they stay on the live stream with you for 4, 5, 6 hours. That's insane. So I can only imagine how much revenue he's generating from Twitch. Um, Again, it's not just about the revenue though. You get to live your life happy in peace and enjoying, doing something fun and doing something you enjoy. And I honestly still have a lot of throwback games from like PS2, PS1, Super Nintendo, all that good stuff, even some PS3 games. I want to start investing in maybe like a PS4 and maybe hopefully a PS5 to start doing video game streams on Twitch. But I'm gonna start, slow. We're gonna do Overwatch, which is the first game I have, and if it is possible and compatible with the computer that I have, then I'll probably start live streaming that one on my platforms, so you guys can go ahead and watch those and have fun and enjoy seeing me play. So I think I still need to get a mouse or something like that, but I'll double check. But that is the future of my platforms, is to add video games as one of the categories and one of the elements, new elements to this platform. Not just for Twitch, by the way. This will also be streaming on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. So it's going to be streaming on all platforms. But the main objective is that I want to get Twitch. I want to get Twitch to help me get more followers and more viewers. And I noticed that because the platform, even though it does have a lot of different genres and categories and opportunities, one of the main categories that still sticks out is video games, because that was, you know, that pretty much what the platform was essentially made for. You live streaming, watching people play video games. So, with that being said, um, that creates an opportunity for me. That's why I want to get some games, some good ones. And I noticed this one was one of the games that he was playing. Even though it's a 2016 release, people are still in there in 2022 having fun with it. So that's going to be one of the games I may start up, and then eventually may do some RPGs, maybe do some shooter games, maybe like Call of Duty, et cetera, et cetera. So we'll see how it goes. May do some cell phone games again, but I've got to figure out how to get my cell phone to display the audio, because last time I did it on my channels, I did it for 4 hours, but the first 2 hours the audio was not there. You can see me playing, you can see the video game on the screen, you can see my face on the bottom right or middle right of the screen. So the visual was okay because you can see me and you can see the video game. But for some reason, the audio was not synced in, and I literally did everything I could. And then eventually, around the 2.5 hour mark, somehow the audio started coming in. So I apologize for that, for those who watched that video. I think I released that like a week ago. So hopefully, I can do better content on video game releases. But with that being said, guys, I went off on a tangent, but I did want to at least tell you guys why it was, what it is that's in the works, like what's brewing in my mind as far as the next opportunities that are coming up as far as the platform is concerned. I wanted to at least share that information with you, so you guys can know that it's not going to be just crypto, and it's not going to be just sports, and it's not just going to be fighting entertainment such as UFC and boxing, trying to upgrade my platform and make it even more enjoyable for you. So, video games will soon be something that is on the way. So, once I figure out how to get this game installed onto the computer, hopefully it's a digital download, because essentially that's what I thought I had ordered. But instead, they sent me a physical copy. So, I'm hoping that it's not a disc. I'm hoping it's just like a code for downloadable content, install it onto the computer, boom, and then hopefully it doesn't take up too much space on my computer, because recently I've had to make more and more space, because I tend to save a lot of these videos when I create them. I tend to save a lot of them first, and then start getting things uploaded. Or sometimes I'll save bits and pieces, and then at the end, once everything's done, I save it onto the computer. So it is taking up a lot of space right now. I only have 20 gigabytes left. It sounds like a lot, but it's really not a lot, especially when I have 476 total. So I'm using 456, literally like 95% of my storage. So hopefully this game doesn't take up too much space. Hopefully I get to stream this for you guys very soon. Hopefully maybe this week, maybe by weekend. But if not, hopefully no later than next week. And I have a new headset coming in. I may still use this microphone, because this microphone is legit and it has great audio. But who knows? Maybe I'll switch to the headset depending on the audio quality for that headset. With that being said, guys, to prevent myself from going off on any more of a tangent, I want to thank you guys so much for tuning in again, for listening to all the updates that I've just provided you today, and also for you guys taking the time to listen to the new Shiba Inu updates as far as the price, the 24-hour volume, the market cap, the fear and greed index for the overall crypto markets, and just seeing how the coins are continuously still burning in six, seven, eight, and even up to nine-figure increments as far as coins being burnt. So, with that being said, we will go ahead and close it out the usual way. As for those who may be tuning in and probably don't have the platforms saved just yet, let me go ahead and do the usual share the social media platforms and channels with you. And here we go. All right, you guys. Well, there it is. Those are the channels and the platforms for social media in the event that you guys want to go ahead and add and reach out. These are the platforms that I have. Again, four platforms, six channels, four platforms, meaning Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. Six channels total, meaning two Twitters, two Twitches. Don't Twitch though, but two Twitches. And when I mean don't Twitch, I mean your body. Don't let your body twitch. But two Twitters, two Twitches, one YouTube, one Facebook. My favorite of these four platforms and six channels would be Twitch and YouTube. I think that's where I get the best followers, best fans, best engagement, best interactions. Those are definitely my all-time favorites. So the goats, the MVPs, the real ones. Again, got to give my continued shout out to my main follower at the Twitch account for the best guy in the biz, and my main follower on Twitch as well for Ola TV official. You two are always on, and again, the best fans and best supporters and best followers are you two specifically, because you guys always join from beginning and stick through the middle and all the way to the end of all my videos. So thank you so much again. I always want to thank you guys at the end of the video because you deserve the shout out. You deserve as many shout outs as can be provided. Again, the main follower from the best guy in the biz and the main one from Ola TV official, you are always the main one that sticks all the way through. You know who you are. If you hear me speaking, yes, I am talking about you. You are the one and only who sticks through the entire video every single time. Thank you so much for your time. Also, guys, by the way, as a closing note, thinking of also doing merchandise, maybe with the logo of my channel. Who knows? Might be doing t-shirts, sweaters, tank tops, maybe some snapbacks. We'll see. I'm trying to see, if it's going to be cost efficient where I can be able to do that, and maybe it could be another form of opportunity to share things with you guys. The logo, you can see it on the top right corner. That is the logo that more than likely will be on um, it'll be on the merch. Let me put it on the screen here so you guys can see what it would look like. So that would be it right there. That's the logo I use for every video, and also for the banner and profile pic, and on the logo of every video that I do for live streaming. You guys always know, if you notice, that you always see it on the top right corner of the screen. So that may be new merch, and then also I may start doing some new merch for the channel with some of the catchphrases or comedy statements that I may have stated, and put that on merchandise as well. So we'll see how it goes. If you guys think that you would buy the merch, let me know what you think would be great. Leggings for women, maybe some tank tops for women, and then for men, some tank tops and maybe some sweatpants or something like that. So, and then for t-shirts and hoodies, we'll go ahead and see that, and then maybe snapbacks one day too. So again, thank you so much for your time. Thank you for always hearing me go off on a tangent and rant. And if you guys are excited as I am, I'll be dancing like this. Thank you so much, because the markets are back in the bull. The bull is running head on with the horns with the horns out and its nose snorting in excitement. You guys already know we're out here like this, moving and grooving, excited that the markets are back up and running. They're back to being bullish. And you already know we're out here spinning in pure joy and excitement. With that being said, guys, even Shiba on this particular background is running away because he's running off to the races to get us to the finish line of being thousandaires, millionaires, and possibly even multimillionaires. Thank you again for your time. I appreciate your patience. Stay well, be blessed. More videos on the way very, very soon. And again, keep a lookout for those soon to be upcoming video games live streams. Thank you again. You guys have a great morning. If you haven't slept, hope you have a great late night sleep. Enjoy your day, and more videos will be coming soon. Peace, love, thank you. God bless.